Expensive plants? Usually you need a good amount of sun producers to even be able to afford these.
But what if you couldn't use any sun producers at all, and had to use the most expensive plants that you had? Would you still be able to beat Plants vs. Zombies 2 then? Well, let's find out. Before we start though, I will need to tell you the rules. First of all, I have to use the most expensive plant that I currently have, until I unlock any plants that cost over 400 sun. Once I do, I can use any of these plants that I wish. Secondly, I'm only allowed to use sun producers on levels where you need to get a certain amount of sun. And finally, I can skip over the conveyor belt and the levels where the plants are picked for you, as I have no control over what plants I get to use. With that out of the way, it's time for ancient Egypt.
Day 1 was very easy, as you may have expected.
The plants that I had to use so far were either cabbage pulp or pea shooter.
Despite this, I was able to breeze past level 1.
Day 2 was a power-up level, but I, however, still tried to beat it with only the most expensive plants, just for fun.
This was pretty easy, but I ended up losing 2 lawnmowers due to my lack of sun, and not being able to plant walnuts. However, this didn't matter, as this level gives you infinite lawnmowers.
On day 3, I actually started off with 2 sunflowers and a cabbage pulp. As it felt like cheating, I quickly dug up the sunflowers and continued playing the level with, again, only using pea shooter and cabbage pulp. Also, on day 3, Sun Pharaoh and Camel Zombie both made their first appearance.
Sun Pharaoh was not much of a problem though, as he is slow to take your precious sun. By beating day 3, I unlocked Bloomerang, my new most expensive plant that I will have to use. Day 4 was a conveyor belt level, so I played that as normal. On day 5, the game pre-picked my plants. This however didn't matter, as it gave me Bloomerang anyway, which was the only plant that I was going to use for now. So I played this level, but lost a lawnmower simply because of my shortage of sun. Besides this issue, I beat the level with ease. On top of this, day 5 introduced the Explorer Zombie, but he wouldn't be much of an issue for now.
Day 6 was another conveyor belt level.
On day 7, I started off with a generous 500 sun, which would be very useful. Because of this, I was able to get a full row of Bloomerangs pretty quickly. This would be enough to beat the level.
Day 8 was my real first challenge, and I actually encountered Tome Razor Zombie. This was completely fine, however, because my Bloomerangs could attack zombies through the gravestones, and destroy the gravestones whilst doing this. After a pretty close call, the level was done.
Day 9 started off quite slow, but my lack of sun was starting to catch up with me, losing me a lawnmower.
The rest of the level was simple, but I had my second really close call.
Day 10 wasn't much of a problem, and I got it out of the way pretty quickly.
There was not much to say about day 11, it was just easy.
On day 12, I was having trouble with dealing with the sarcophagus zombies due to my Bloomerangs being bad at doing high amounts of damage, and as a result of this, I actually experienced my first ever loss. On my second attempt, things were looking better, and with the help of my lawnmowers, I was able to win.
Moving on to day 13, I was not allowed to plant on the first 2 times. This, however, didn't really affect me, and I was able to smash this level first try.
Day 14 was just a basic level, and long story short, I flew through it.
Day 15 was my first Protect the Endangered Plants level, and let's just say this level caused me nightmares.
I struggled so much on the first and second wave, and the sarcophagus zombies were keep eating my sunflowers. Because of this, I failed over and over again.
You don't know how hard this level was for me, and you may think that the sunflowers helped me, well, not enough at all.
No matter what I did, I just couldn't win.
On my 7th try, yes, 7, I locked in. Just see the results for yourself.
After finally beating day 15 came day 16, and oh boy was I happy from a break of difficulty.
On day 17, I was unable to place over 14 plants.
This had absolutely zero effect though, as I only needed a full row of bloomerangs to win this level. Day 18 was my first ever plan your defense level, giving me 2,200 sun to start off with. 2 full rows of bloomerangs was all that was needed for this level. I surprisingly ended up losing on day 19. Despite this, I pushed through and tried even harder.
For a gift of my hard work, I unlocked Repeater, which would be the only plant that I would use from now on. For a compensation of the high cost of Repeater, the game gave me 4 sunflowers to work with and protect on day 20. As may have expected, this level was straightforward. Day 21 pre-picked my plants, giving me melon pulp. Just for fun, I tried to beat this level with only melon pulp to see if it was possible. Spoiler alert, it was very far away from that.
Day 22 didn't really give me any struggle, and if it wasn't for lawnmowers, then this video might have been the shortest that you've ever seen.
On day 23, I went up against Gargantuan, and well, thankfully lawnmowers exist.
Day 24 was another plan your defense level, and this was a sweet breeze, thanks to, well, my repeaters.
Day 25 was the boss of ancient Egypt.
Nothing much more to say about that. Well, that's the end of part 1. If you enjoyed the video, it would be immensely appreciated if you liked the video and subscribed to me.
With all that said, have a great rest of your day and peace.